Hi, I'm Clinton from GrimmSpeed, and I'm going to be walking you through the installation of the GrimmSpeed Charge Pipe for the 2015 Plus Subaru WRX. The difficulty here is medium, so take your time and enjoy the job. Expect to spend about 60 to 90 minutes depending on your level of experience. The tools needed for this install are a flathead screwdriver, pliers, a 10mm socket, a 12mm socket, a 13mm socket, and a ratchet wrench. To get started, let's raise the car up and remove the plastic guard and metal skid plate. There should be 12 clips holding on the plastic guard and 4 bolts holding on the skid plate. Now that the underside covers are removed, we need to remove the plastic inlet from the turbo housing. We need to remove all the connections from the plastic turbo inlet. Also, take note of what goes where, so when you're reinstalling, you'll know where things go. Also, be careful not to break any of the clips or fittings. Use the pliers to compress the spring clamp on the hose for the bypass valve and slide it out of the way. Next, use a socket wrench or a flathead screwdriver to loosen the intake coupler worm clamp. Remove the two 10mm bolts attaching the plastic turbo inlet to the compressor housing of the turbo. Be careful on this step, as you do not want to strip the threads on the compressor housing. Now with a little bit of wiggling, you should be able to remove the inlet by gently pulling it down, popping it out of the bypass valve. Now, pop out the OEM BCS wiring harness. With the inlet out of the way, we have space to remove the OEM charge pipe from the compressor housing. To do this, remove the two 12mm bolts. Now that that's unbolted, we can move into the engine bay. Pop the two clips holding on the intake air dam. Then loosen the coupler that attaches the OEM charge pipe to the inlet of the intercooler. At this point, you should be able to remove the OEM charge pipe from the car by pulling it until it pops off. Now we're going to move back underneath the car to install the GrimmSpeed aluminum turbo outlet adapter with the supplied O-ring. You can use the two included 13mm bolts. With the adapter in place, you can install the GrimmSpeed silicone turbo outlet hose. Use the smallest hose clamp included in your kit. Reinstall the OEM bypass valve into the new GrimmSpeed silicone turbo outlet hose and tighten the clamp. Now install the new GrimmSpeed silicone coupler and worm clamp to the inlet of your intercooler. Using another worm clamp, push the new GrimmSpeed Charge Pipe into the coupler and loosely tighten the clamp. At the other end, push the bottom of the charge pipe into the new GrimmSpeed silicone turbo outlet hose. This is going to be a tight fit and may take some time to get it seated correctly. Once it's seated, tighten both the upper and the lower worm clamps on the charge pipe couplers. Now that everything is tightened up top, move back underneath the car to reinstall the turbo inlet, skid plate, and plastic shroud in the reverse order you took it off. And that wraps up the installation of your upgraded GrimmSpeed Charge Pipe for your 2015 Plus Subaru WRX.